Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about this knife I got here, and I got this in from Matt Bailey Customs. This is his Slimline 3. I don't know if this is the first one. I don't think I've seen this one before, but it is amazing. This thing is so amazing. I can't hardly put this thing down. So let's get into this and talk about it a little bit. I mean, usually I could Spidey flick this thing left-handed off camera. I was like, there we go. It's weird having to do things with your arms way out here. I think that's the problem. Excuses. 1, 2, 3. Let's see. 3.6 inches of S35. Look at that wicked recurve on that thing. I love this blade. I love it so much. Look at all this texturing he puts in there. Man, I love this stuff. And I love his logo. Actually, his logo is kind of what drew me to him in the first place, and I just fell in love with his knives. It was his logo and those circuit board knives he makes. Oh, have you seen those? Those are cool. If you got anybody in the computer industry and you're looking to get them a present, that thing's pretty cool. It's circuit board handle. If I liked anybody, maybe you. Uh-oh. I just thought about it. You're kind of in the computer world. I don't know. Is this circuit board enough? I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Hit me up. Alright, so this is S35VN. We already went over that. Let's check out the handle. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I doing this right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 inches of titanium scales on both sides here. Smoothed out nicely finished. Check out that pivot. This thing is just amazing. And I'm not lying, I've flipped this at least 1,000 times. I can't put this thing down. And even though I flipped it all those times, this thing is locked up like nobody's business. Got nice early lockup on this thing. Check that out. Can you see that? Now the one thing he doesn't do that I would like is no place for lanyard. But this thing is so nice and fits so good in my hand. Look, that's just perfect. I like the way he scooped this out a little bit, so you got a little bit of this thumb here. Now a lot of people, they don't put a little bit of a, what do you call that, a little chamfering right there on where you're going to push that lock out of the way. But he did all that. So you got all this nice work here. So none of this is a hot spot. None of this is ripping up your finger. But then you got this little thing that catches your thumb. Man, he just did a lot of nice work on this thing. And this thing just locks up, just flicks open. Look, here's the detent on this. And so it's nice, strong detent, but you can just barely push this thing open and it flies open. I'm not hardly doing that. It's the perfect detent on this thing. So you can just barely kind of like, and you get it open, just kind of skim it open, and it comes open, no problem. Bam, like that. Oh man, he did this thing perfectly, and it will fall, boom, right into place. I've never had a smoother opening knife than this. Just a cool, excellent knife. Titanium clip, nice and perfect. It's not going to rip your pocket. It's going to hold it in there nicely. This is kind of a cool church knife. You're going to sit in the back with the other deacons, kind of listening to the message. You're not really. Maybe you're in the counting room, counting out the offering that you just took, and you pull this out because you got to open up some envelopes. Whoosh! And you win. You win Sunday. You win church that day because you have the best knife out of all the deacons. I'm telling you, this thing's awesome. It's called the Slimline, but you stick that in your slacks, and all this is showing, and you got that. Man, this thing's great. All right, let's get the scale out here. See what we're looking at on weight here. Check this out. He had this. He was in the middle of making it, and he posted something on Instagram, and I just fell in love with it. And I ran over there and I begged him to let me have it. He said, "Yes, you can have it." Man, it doesn't feel that heavy. This says 5.57 ounces. It does not feel like that. So that's kind of like in a ZT range there, that 5.57. Maybe it's because it's so slim, but that's a little bit heavy for some of y'all. Not for me, but it might be for a little bit. for you guys. It feels good in hand. It feels lighter than that. Let's see what it is in grams. 158 grams. I'm telling you, this feels like Sebenza made something with bearings in it. I know, that's blasphemy. I can't bring out my Sebenza. It's in a sail cocoon, living in peace and harmony like Walt Disney's head. It's frozen in time, waiting to be sold. So I can't bring it out, but I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. All right, now what I'm going to do is bring out some of his other knives that I bought from him. Oh, yeah, this, man, that's right up there with action. Look at that thing. I'm telling you guys, if you like these kind of knives, let's see what this one weighs. This one feels a little bit heavier. Am I wrong? Yeah, just a little bit. This, man, this guy, he knows what he's doing. Now, I know I had an issue with him earlier, but that's all taken care of. We're buddies now. He's coming over for my birthday this year. Yeah. No, he's not. That's a lie. That's a lie. I can't back that up. Oh, this action. This right up there with that Slimline. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. I need to start carrying these knives more. Oh, check that out. Let's see what that one weighs. Yeah, right there. All right, so all these are Matt Bailey's. And he makes a smaller one, too. You know, for the folks that don't like the bigger knives, he makes a smaller version of these knives. And I think they're a 3-inch blade, and they come down to right about here. You got to check him out. Go over to Instagram and check him out. He has some really cool knives, and the action is cool. He's a really nice guy, even though I know me and him kind of not really butted heads. It was your fault. You got violent. No more assassin work for you, sir. Well, in case I need you. But, so, we had a problem. We worked it out. Just, I mean, it's hard to explain. But he's a real honest guy, and he does great work. And if you're looking for something, and the thing is he sneaks up on you with the shipping. He says, so I paid for the knife, and I was waiting. I paid for it before it was finished. It was almost done. He said, I got to finish it up, and then I didn't hear from him, so I was okay. And I wasn't worried about it. I wasn't worried about getting it. I was just, kid waiting for Christmas kind of thing. Hey, hadn't heard from you. And he said, well, I shipped it 2 days ago. It should be there today or tomorrow. And that was awesome. It's like when the restaurant brings you a side of nachos with your steak because they took a little bit long. And then you had nacho steak. That one, remember that? No, not you. You have to go to the right places. You're not shopping in the right places. Shop smart. Shop S-Mart. Okay. So Matt Bailey, doing great work. I will definitely be looking at some of his newer stuff. He had one the other day. It was one of the smaller blades, but had a longer handle. I was so close. I was so close to buying it. And if I had the money, I would have. But he's doing some cool stuff. And I did show you his fixed blade, didn't I? Oh, I bought this. Oh, check that out. Oh, man. I think that's giraffe bone, but I'm not sure. Giraffe with cocobolo wood and just, whoa, so cool. This will never be used. I don't know what I would use that on. Okay, check him out. Really cool. Get over to Facebook. I'm not going to stop with Facebook. Because I'm not pushing anything over there that's going to ever be done. There's not like a goal of 1,000 people. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for y'all to get over there and talk about your knives. Because this is a one-way street and kind of a two-way. It's more like 4 lanes that way, 1 lane this way, with y'all being able to comment. However, over there, it's more 4 lanes your way and 1 lane my way. There's a lot of people over there that want to talk about knives. People showing their knives every day, daily carry. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I want to sell this. Hey, I'm voting. I need a vote between these 2 decisions. And you're missing out if that's what you're wanting to do. And if you're watching knife shows and knife channels like this, then I think that's kind of like what you want to do. You want to get over there and discuss knives. And people over there, they're willing to be nice about their opinions. Hey, what do you think of S35N? Well, I think you're a Dumbo. It's never going to be like that. Hey, I'm thinking about getting a D2. No, you're an idiot. Never going to happen. And if it does, whoosh, they're gone. they're ghosted away in the middle of the night. So it's a pretty cool place to get some help. There's a lot of people there that have a lot of knowledge and a lot of real world knowledge. There's hikers and ex-military, and they're all very cool and super helpful. And I can't say enough nice things about getting over there and getting to know everybody. So I think that's it. Check out Matt Bailey. He's doing awesome things here. He's just got some really cool skills here. This is my favorite so far. It's close between that and the blue one, and I do like the disco, but I like disco, so there you go. All right, I think that's it. I was about to break into a little kiss. I was made for loving you, but I won't do that to you. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick addendum on this video real quick. And I wanted to tell you that I went ahead and I put some thumb studs on both sides of this blade. So I took some thumb studs off another knife. I won't tell you because that'll ruin the surprise for video that's coming up. And I gave it some left-handed thumb studs. Can you see that? This knife is just increased in awesomeness by about 3,000%, if that's possible. I love flicking this knife open. Now, I did this about a week ago. This video is a little bit old. So I've been using this knife just constantly, flicking it open, using it to cut stuff, cut open boxes. I cut up some vegetables the other day with it. This is, without a doubt, one of my top, I gotta say top 4 knives now. And out of the hundreds of knives I have, that's pretty significant. This thing is locked up. I can't tell you how many times I've flipped this open. It's got to be in the thousands now. It's got to be near the thousand, like 2,000-3,000. It sounds weird, but I'm constantly flipping this thing open and shut. It's annoying the heck out of my wife, I'm pretty sure. As much as I do this thing is locked into position. I haven't tightened this thing at all. The lockup is still amazing on this. Can you see that? If you guys get an opportunity to get one of Matt Bailey's knives, now you just got to jump on it. If you want something high end and a grail type of knife in that 360 range, and I know a lot of y'all ain't looking for that, but the ones that are, if you're looking for something like this, say you're in a Sabenza mood and you already have a Sabenza and you want something that's just action, as much fun as Sabenzas are, they're not exactly fidget knives. This thing is fidgety. It's got S35 VN. It's practically indestructible as far as what I've put it through. I know I haven't done anything crazy with hacking into logs or anything, but as far as just usability, sticking in your pocket, and even I have another one of his knives that I've gotten in the meantime. It's not my fault. You should see the one he came out with. You want to see it real quick? All right, hold on. I wasn't going to show you, but now I'm going to show you. Did I already show you? Maybe I showed you in the other video. Now I'm showing you again. Well, I'm going to show you again. Check this bad boy out. Maybe you've seen a picture of it. Oh my goodness. And now he put double thumb studs on this one for me. Actually, he came to me and said, hey, look, I have one with double thumb studs. What do you think? Are you interested? And, of course, I immediately started selling knives. This thing, oh, wow. If you like ZT 560s and you like that feel in your hand, or the 550, and you want something like this, in just a more expensive version of that, just, oh, I'm going to do a review on this knife. This thing's something else. Now, I will say that one's taking a little bit of time out of pocket for this one, but mostly this thing is just amazing. Alright, so I just want to do an addendum on this video. The Matt Bailey Custom Slimline 3 that I have. I put some thumb studs on there on both sides, so now it's a left-handed thumb stud. And this thing, let me show you how this thing drops. This thing is about as smooth as you're going to get. Let me try that one more time, just for the people in the back row that weren't looking. Oh my gosh. Amazing, amazing knife. Mr. Bailey, you're doing fantastic things over there. And I guess that's it. I just wanted to show that to you. Some other stuff here that I've been messing with, but this just popped into my head real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'll talk to y'all later.